Welcome to another episode of Mexican in the Kitchen. Today I'm gonna make a really quick recipe. I basically went out and bought a bag of tortilla chips, and it's nicer if you find a large plate. I didn't have one, so I'm using this disposable one, but just make sure you have enough space, and I'm putting almost the whole bag in. After that, I'm gonna take a pan on a low setting, maybe a 2 out of 6, and I'm gonna put in there some of this cheese flavored cream, cooking cream. If you can't find this cheese flavored cream, use a regular one. So I'm gonna use the whole thing. It's around 2 deciliters. As soon as the cream is in there, we're gonna just sprinkle some cheese. I'm using mozzarella. You can use whatever cheese you like, and it's about 200 grams that I'm gonna use. So just make sure you sprinkle it evenly. Now that we have the cheese in there, we're gonna season our sauce, and basically I'm just using some salt, and I'm gonna use this mix of peppers I like to use. So just put as much as you would like. I like to put a bit of salt, but a lot of pepper. And basically we're ready. So the point of this recipe is to cook this sauce very slowly, so the cheese and the cream start melting and mixing together. And we want to do this very slowly, so you don't see some areas getting stuck or the cheese to start going into this crust kind of thing. So as long as you cook it very slowly, you will see how everything starts to melt, and it just becomes a thick sauce, and that's the point where we want to get. So just keep moving it from time to time. Make sure it doesn't stick to the pan. That's why I'm using this Teflon pan. And just keep an eye on it. It will take a while, but maybe 10 minutes tops. It should be ready. Probably less. And while we wait for our sauce to be made, I'm going to tell you a bit of where the nachos come from. And at least the most accepted story is that there was a guy in Piedras Negras, Coahuila, in the north of Mexico, and he had a tiny restaurant. The guy was called Ignacio Anaya. The thing is that in Mexico, anyone who's called Ignacio, the short for that, it will be Nacho. So at some point, a group of women, probably wives from some US soldiers that had a base nearby, went shopping. And on the way back to the base, they just stopped at this restaurant. The restaurant was closing, so the guy had not much food. And so he basically had tortillas and cheese left over. So he quickly came up with this. He deep fried the tortillas, put some cheese on top, melted it on the oven. And the only thing he had left was also this like pickled jalapeño peppers. So he just put that on top, and people liked it. And when they asked, hey, what's this dish called? He was like, well, this is Nacho Specials, because he's Nacho, and that's the only thing he could come up with. So basically that's where it comes from, and it became very popular. And in Mexico, at least, everyone has a different recipe. This is what I like to do. But most of the bars that you go that serve this, they have their own special. And now we can see the sauce is in a perfect state. The consistency is exactly what I wanted. You can have it more liquid or more thick, whatever you prefer. I think this is perfect, because when we pour it on top of our nachos, it will look amazing, and you will see in a second. So we come back to our nachos and these tortilla chips we laid before, and just pour the cheese cream we made. Make sure it goes everywhere. Make sure it reaches the sides. And this is amazing. It's hard not to grab some while you're pouring this, because it looks so good. Now we have our base, which is the tortilla chips. We have this creamy, rich cheese sauce. And then we're gonna top it with some Pico de gallo salsa. basically you can see the recipe in another video I've made. I'm gonna leave the link in the description, and basically this will give a lot of color, a lot of freshness, and of course this amazing contrast of color. It makes the dish look beautiful, and it will taste amazing. And just for finishing, like the cherry on the cake, is the jalapeño slices. These pickled jalapeños you can get usually from the Tex-Mex shelf in supermarkets. And these are a signature part of nachos. So you can put a bit of them, but I love them, so I put a lot because I think that's one of the best parts here. This is my version of how you make nachos, and it's amazing. There's thousands of different versions, recipes. Some people put meat in there. You can just put some chopped meat or whatever you like. Some people put beans in it. But this is my version because it's so simple. It's something that everyone will eat. Everyone will probably like and enjoy. So especially if you have many friends coming over, or a large meeting, maybe you're playing some video games, you're playing games, you're watching a game, whatever the occasion is, just make it, and most people will probably love them. So try it at home, press like, subscribe, write any comments, questions below, and see you in the next one.